Hey everyone, it must be Thursday. Well, welcome back. We have a full lineup tonight, and tonight we are talking education. We are bringing you some of the Haunt Master instructors from this year's Fear Expo and give you an opportunity to find out a little bit about their classes that they are teaching coming up here in 2 weeks. You have a lot of chances to reach out to the website and sign up for all these classes. But this will give you a little insight into 5 of the classes that we're offering. Remember, we have 51 hours of education this year. So, I mean, there is no hello, Beck. There is no reason not to get to Fear Expo and take part in some of this education. It is completely free with your ticket inside Fear Expo. So all the education is free this year. There's no reason not to get involved in it and get there and really we put together a really good lineup of haunt instructors for you this year. So without any further ado, we've been having Steve Fielder here. He started out just kind of bugging us to get on. You know, he wanted to be in front of the camera. And we're like, yeah, I guess we're throwing you out there. But he's kind of been a regular. People are actually asking for him now. So let's get Steve out here and we're kick this. There he is. There's Steve.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
All right. Well, Steve, we turned the corner a little bit this week. We've been talking to vendors. We've been talking, entertainment. We've done a little bit of the events. We talked to haunters. We've done haunt tour. So now let's do full circle and let's get our education front and center tonight.
Yes, that's right. Probably one of the most important aspects of this industry in general, whether if you're a veteran or you're new coming into it, is just the hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of education that's out there from people that know what they're talking about. 51 hours, you said? I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I want you on the trade show floor spending money, but, getting up in these classrooms 1 hour at a time, finding things that suit you. There's plenty of time. Get in there, get on the website, register for your classes. They will fill up. I promise you, they will fill up.
Yeah, and speaking of filling up, before we jump to the classes, I know you've been all about the haunt tour. It actually sold out yesterday. And then one of the people on the tour called us up and said, hey, look, we're not going to be able to take the bus. We're going to drive instead. So it opened up 6 more tickets. So now we had 6 tickets opened up, but I understand 3 of them's already sold. So if you are looking to get on the haunt tour, get onto the website, keep watching. If a ticket comes available, we will put it up there and post it right away. But as of right now, there are 3 tickets left for the Ultimate Haunt Tour.
Looks like we might have our first question if there's any classes sold out. Chris, if you want to talk, you got to unmute yourself there, big guy.
We sold 1 more ticket for the show. There's only 2 left.
2 left. Okay, 2 tickets left. Willie, hurry up. You're going to miss out. So we have not sold out of any of the classes. As of right now, I checked and we can fit 50 people in there. We have 2 instructors that are just about ready to hit 40. So they are getting pretty close. One of them is Leonard's class. I know that. His Saturday's class. And then I'll have to circle back with you to find out which is the other class that's pretty close. But all the rest of them.
But sold out's kind of a weird term for us, isn't it?
Yeah. Because we can open up another door.
Well, how much do these classes cost?
Well, I don't remember us charging for classes this year. Leonard told me that I couldn't charge. He's in charge of the HAuNTcon side of this, and he said you can't charge for classes. So the only thing that is charged for this year is the workshops, because you pay for the materials. That's it.
Right. So if there's any confusion out there, sold out's kind of a loose term. We like to use the term filled up. So no, there's no classes filled up at the moment, and our education is free. 51 hours, like Doug just said. There are a few classes on there that do require some special materials that the instructor will provide, but it comes with a fee for the materials. So just be prepared for that. There's not a lot of classes like that. There's only a few, but they are classes worth taking. They're all worth taking. Find classes that fit you and fit your needs, whether you're a newcomer or a veteran. You want to take advantage of this free education.
And that's definitely true. Well, why don't we get started with talking about who's going to be on tonight? I'm going to turn the mic over to you and just kind of check in between. But and I know that, you know, it's in good hands. You've done an amazing job, and I just kind of get in your way nowadays.
Yeah, that happens. Payback, right?
Yeah, there you go. So if you want, we can go ahead and introduce Nathan, get Nathan out here. I'll get out of the way, and let's get going on talking about some education tonight.
Fantastic. Maybe.
Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Nathan, what's going on, my friend?
Hey, doing good. How about you guys?
Oh, you know, just 2 weeks away, just trying to make everything happen last minute. And, you know, you are one of the important aspects of this entire show with education.
Yeah, excited.
So you're with Social Rocket Pro, and you've kind of developed one of the, I don't know, foremost social marketing and visual marketing for the haunt industry. This is something that people want to tap into. And it's not just, hey, I'm going to make you a video and put it out there. Like, you offer a lot of different things. Talk about some of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can potentially need it, we can do it. Both on the haunt side, events, we create resources for events as well as helping you promote your events yourself. So that's kind of what I do. And also I'm teaching in the class is, you know, what people are looking for, what grabs their attention, what works, and what works, 3-4 months ago may not work today. We're a haunt too. We have family attractions. We have all kinds of things that we're having to figure out ourselves because things change, how people respond, and the algorithms on social media change, it seems often, and we're having to figure it out too. So we're figuring it out along with you and creating content and helping you with ideas to make things work. And when they don't, figure out why and help make them work. So the two classes that I'm teaching is how to market yourself well, whether it's a haunt or a theme park or whatever it is, and then also how to create some budget-friendly things to use for those, as well as some budget-friendly items to use within your attraction. So when people are there, they want to talk about it.
You stole my next question. I was going to ask you what your classes were. So I'll ask you this. When are your classes?
That's a good question. I have one on Saturday and one on Sunday. I believe they're the Saturday is an afternoon. I think it's 2:00. When I looked once, they got changed, so I can't remember what they are. If Doug's maybe on here, he can pipe in. But I have one on Saturday and one on Sunday. I believe the Saturday one is the Haunt Marketing 101, and then the Sunday is the Creating Budget-Friendly Interactive Attractions for Your Haunt. And so the marketing one is just, if you've been established for a while, we have some great resources, or if you were getting established for the first time, or maybe you needing to understand what you're doing. So it's more than just marketing for the class. It's really identifying who you are. And so in the Haunt Marketing 101 class, we're going to establish 4 key areas. Who are you? Of course, you're a haunt, but what makes you special, unique, different, engaging? So we're going to identify who are you. So that first part of the class will help establish what you're trying to connect with your guest for. Are you just a haunt? Are you a haunt plus other attractions? How do you establish who you are, just not what you are? And then the second will be building your brand, that yes, you're a haunt, but what are some things that make you stand out? What are some icon characters? What are some stories? How can we build an image behind your name? And then third will be launching your brand. And if you've already launched, maybe helping to fine tune it in a way that connects the dots that makes sense. And the fourth one is maintaining your brand once you've been established, making sure what you do connects correctly and works well. So helping you to do that with maintaining your brand is going to help you identify where to spend your money, how to have some call to actions from your guests that are browsing, and then also some ways to get connected to other community resources and things too to help get your brand in front of more people. So even if you have other things besides just a haunt, these resources are going to be great. They work in any market, but we'll be specifying haunt-related things, but any market that you're in, whether it's a fall festival, family farm, a Christmas event, an Easter event, and a haunted house, these things work. And so it helps you establish and build yourself. And then on the Sunday, I believe is the Sunday one, is the creating budget-friendly interactive attractions for your haunt. We'll be looking at RFID, which is radio frequency identification, NFC, which is near field communication, learning how to create some interactive elements to use at your attraction. My kind of Halloween company is called Terror Tap. That's what I'll be kind of representing at the Expo this year. And a lot of the things that we've kind of developed some things that are already done for you. If you don't have the time or talent, skill, or manpower to produce them, we have already done for you things. But in my class, I'll also teach you how to do it yourself. And so we'll be showing you how to use some RFID things to use as upsells in your attraction, some NFC things, as well as some, how to create some triggerable video attractions. You may have had triggerable videos, but how to make it so it's interactive with your guest, as well as some basic projection masking, how to create interactive shows, maybe in your midway or other areas of your attraction, and even how to create a 4D motion theater for your attraction. So it's going to be some pretty cool things to learn how to make, create, and make some extra money and get people talking about your attraction.
So you're like a one-stop shop for everything marketing. That's pretty cool. Now, it's you bring up a really good point about the do-it-yourself side. Obviously, haunters are very do-it-yourselfers. 9 times out of 10, that's all of us got our starts, is just doing it themselves. But a lot of times you don't have all the resources, and this is a great opportunity to just get the resources, even if you want to do it yourself.
Yeah, so kind of the budget-friendly one, you'll get a worksheet that has basically my list of links of places to purchase things that we found seems to be some online tutorials, kind of our ideas paired with others' ideas, and just to kind of give you the resource to pull things together and give time to kind of talk it out. When I've done classes like this similar in the past, so many new ideas have come out of just even the ones that we've talked about. So it should be fun. It should be great. I'm excited to teach it and also to learn from others in there that maybe have ideas that can take it to another level, next step. Because most of all of these things are things that we've seen other places and expounded on it ourselves. And when creative people get into a room together, pretty cool things happen.
All right, last question. A little freebie for some of the people that are listening here. What are like the top 3 mistakes you see with haunt marketing?
Sure. Not being consistent. I believe that everything you produce should look like your brand and be consistent. It's so easy to try to create things just to fill space. If it doesn't look consistent and consistent to your brand, people may think it's something else. I've seen some haunts that I thought were a different haunt, but it's just because their logo changed. I've seen places that have 4 or 5 versions of their logo, or different styles, which, from event to event may be, necessary to create that connection. But just being consistent, having brand consistency, and also just creating a call to action. Content is great. That's filler between your events, but making sure your promotions, your ads, what you do, have a call to action. It makes someone want to purchase a ticket, to respond to a question, or connect. Everything you do should have a purpose behind it, not just there to be there. So I think being consistent with that stuff, creating brand consistency, and just creating something that's engaging and not just filler. So many people, I think, believe just having something's better than nothing. I believe being intentional with what you produce and having an idea, having a plan, and executing it to the best of your ability, or bringing others on board to help make it happen. It could be a pitfall when you just create stuff just to post things and there's a lack of consistency or direction behind your content.
Fantastic. Well, Nathan, 2 weeks, man. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to hang out with you.
Great. So I have a booth at Fear Expo, so it'll be there we go. It'll be Terra Tap. Come see some of the stuff that we've created that you can use in action, and then we'll show you how to make some of it too in the classes.
Do you know your booth number by any chance?
So it's listed at 2 different numbers, and I'm not sure which one's correct. So I don't want to give the wrong one, but I found it in 2 different locations and 2 different numbers. So I think I may have got moved at one point. So I'm not exactly sure.
You got moved? Wait, you got moved?
Well, so on 2 different pages, my number's different.
Really? Well,
Yes,
I need to look at that.
On the map, it's one number, and on the list of vendors, is a different number.
Oh, I see. Well, the list, I have actually heard of that too, where the list is a little bit off because the map has been changing according to people coming in, but the list, I don't believe it got changed at the same time. So tell me what number yours was initially, and I'll look at the map and tell you.
Oh gosh, I do not remember.
You are 205.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm 205.
205.
I will see you guys.
Go see Nathan at Terror Tap. 205. Check out his classes. Marketing is a key skill to have in this business, folks. Cannot undervalue that.
Hey, a free class giving you top tips. I mean, you can't beat it.
Absolutely, Nathan. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being a part of Fear Expo, and I can't wait to see you in 2 weeks.
Hey, I'm excited. Can't wait to see you guys. Hey, sign up for the classes before it fills up. Can't wait to see you there.
You know, the crazy thing about this, Steve, is I think back over the last few years and going to different conventions and trade shows and so on and so forth. And I think back to the amount of money I have spent to go and do classes for myself, for my team. I mean, with what we're doing here at Fear Expo, we are basically open the door to tell you to bring your entire staff down, because for $25 a person to get them into the door, they not only get all the events, but they get all this education. And I mean, and if you look around a lot of conventions, a lot of trade shows, I mean, they charge more than $25 per class sometimes. So these are amazing instructors. They're going to give you a lot of information that you can use to better your business and better your haunted attraction. Take advantage of it. Make sure you get signed up. I just love the fact that we're offering all these classes for free.
Well, it's all about making our industry the best it can possibly be. You know, I've said it. I've traveled to hundreds of haunts and met hundreds and hundreds of owners. It's one of those things where one bad experience at a different haunt can make other haunts suffer. And, you know, that's not good. That's not good for anybody. And, you know, the name of the game is to make sure everybody is safe, make sure everybody is having fun, and make sure everybody's making money. And that's what we're trying to provide. It's just more for the industry to be better.
I totally agree with that. And that kind of leads right into what we're doing next, because Josh has been teaching with Fear Expo now for all 3 years. He did our virtual classes, Zoom classes there at CFX. He did a class last year, and he's doing a class this year. I'm excited to have him back because I tell you what, there is no mask out there that I would rather have at our haunt than a CFX mask. So, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
There he is.
I'm not the big eyeball that, like, on my intro screen, like what it looks like. I have a real head, 2 eyeballs.
I was disappointed. No, just kidding.
Don't worry, a lot of people are.
Well, I'm going to leave you two alone. I'm going to get out of the way, and we're going to let you talk about your class coming up. Josh, it was great seeing you. I can't wait to see you here in 2 weeks.
We'll see you soon.
Josh, my friend, it's good to see you again.
Steve, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, doing great. CFX, I mean, my word, what can you say about CFX? I mean, it's the be-all, end-all of mask companies. And it's not even just the excellent work that you guys put into the masks and the creativities and stuff like that. You guys really care about the usage of your masks in people's attractions. Like, you really want to know if it's working. You really want to know if it's being taken care of properly. You really are very, very vested into every product you sell. And I just want to know, like, where does that come from? Where does that care into your product come from?
That's a great question. We actually take a lot of pride in this. We're all haunters. CFX was created back in 2006 starting at the 13th gate here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It was right when it was really expanding and growing into a bigger time frame. They had far more actors to get into makeup than they would ever actually have time for. So the silicone mask was kind of created from that area. Being that owner, and I started buying silicone masks from CFX back in 2007, 2008, incorporated them into my attraction. I encountered a lot of pushback when I first started using silicone masks because of their, it's an investment. There's no lie about them. They're not inexpensive masks. You are going to invest in them. But we discovered very quickly that investment was made up very quickly by paying makeup artists quite so much, by having very consistent characters at your haunted house that you can kind of brand your haunt after. And we're haunters, and so we want to make sure that you're getting full use out of the mask.
Now, I want to go back 3 years ago when you taught your first class with us about maintaining silicone masks. I had so much feedback from people that I met just through traveling and emails and messages and things like that about people were just, their minds were blown that, wait, you mean you're supposed to take care of these things? Like,
exactly.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but maybe you can reiterate how important that is.
So silicone has a shelf life of 20 years. It's not like latex where it's going to decay after a while. So if you do take care of your mask, there's no reason why your silicone mask shouldn't last you 20 years. That's years of haunt use. I'm currently not running a haunt, but when I do run a haunt, I use up to 16 of them a night at my attraction. And I still have a bunch of those masks that I put up on display. Key to getting your money's worth out of a silicone mask. You're on the webpage right there, and you can see, our average price starts at about $600. It goes up from there almost as high as you can imagine, depending on what kind of customization you wanted, a custom sculpt and other things like that. But yeah, so we understand, especially small haunts, that investing that type of money into a mask that's a big ask. And so I want to make sure that if you are going to invest that type of money, whether it be with CFX or whether it be with any of the other silicone mask companies, there's no rivalry between all the mask companies, just to kind of make it clear out there. I want to make sure that you are getting your money's worth out of that mask.
And that's kind of the class that you're teaching is how to utilize your mask in your haunted attraction, how to make the biggest bang for your buck, get a return on your investment, if you will.
So I'm going to go over that, and maybe I might be jumping ahead. Go ahead and ask your question, because I might be jumping ahead of you real quick.
No, you're fine. What are some of the advantages to having silicone masks, say, over makeup? Because there's a lot of fantastic makeup artists out there, and they do incredible things. But what are some of the advantages to having silicone masks over a 100% just makeup attraction?
And so a lot of this is stuff that I will go over in the class a little bit more in detail, but just cover it very lightly. It's the consistency of a character. So you can pick one of our, as you're looking on the Jack Frost silicone mask on there, a wide range of actors could wear that same mask and be characters. If you have call outs that are sick on a certain night, but that is an iconic character, it's not a big deal. You're not going to have trouble getting that same look. The other thing is if you have a new shoot early in the morning, or you have an on-site appearance that you have to make somewhere, you normally have to pay a makeup artist to put all that makeup on at 6 o'clock in the morning, or even earlier for a lot of newscasts. Instead, you can go ahead and throw on, get an awesome looking character, and have that character be in and out of costume in 10 to 15 minutes.
So that's kind of where I was hoping you would get with, was just, it's basically ease of use. You have a character ready to go at any moment, at any time.
Exactly.
And it's always look the same.
And there's an amazing assortment of makeup artists that are out there, but there are a lot of places, here in Baton Rouge, there are makeup artists. Some of the larger haunts eat up all the makeup artists. So if you're a smaller haunt, you may not have access to the best makeup. And this can make your haunt stand out at a different level. So that way you can kind of compete with big ways, as they say, with having the same level of production value at your home.
So
And
at this point in time,
go ahead. Sorry.
At this point in time, what would you say your catalog is up to volume-wise?
So we have 180 characters that CFX has created on their own. We have probably about 12 licensed characters. Currently, we're retiring most of our licensed characters. We're going to hold on to the Game of Thrones license for a little bit longer. We just recently retired our Universal Monsters license in an effort so that way we can start creating more custom characters of our own. Yeah, right now, catalog is 180 characters. Each of those characters can be customized 5 to 10 different ways. So if you really look at it, there's probably 1,000 different designs out there for us.
Now, at Fear Expo, you normally have a pretty busy booth. I mean, at any trade show, you normally have a pretty busy booth because of just the sheer amount of creativity and talents and I mean, your masks, they're a draw. They draw. Do you know approximately how many masks you're going to have on hand at Fear Expo?
Yeah, we're going to double our booth size that we had last year at Fear Expo. With it being the first live event, we bought a small booth. So we're going to be bringing a 10 by 20 this year. I'll have upwards of 160 masks on site. Up on the racks, there'll probably be 100 masks on the racks, but I'll have an assortment of masks in reserve.
So you're going to have plenty of stuff for people to walk out of the show with.
Yes, I will have tons of cash and carry. I will have plenty. The way our booth works is if you want to buy a mask, you'll be able to buy that mask, and I have to put it on there. Actually, I'll probably just sell you the mask out of the brand new one in the bag and leave the display up there.
And are your orders still open?
Yeah, and so right now we're at a really good time frame. We're at a 6-week turnaround, a 6 to 8 week production time frame. So you have plenty of time to get your orders in before Halloween. We are going to do a show special. I'm looking over at Tabby right now, and we are totally not prepared to tell you what the show special is. We're still trying to decide what that will be, but we'll make it for sure.
Oh, that's you got 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks to figure that out. So you got a pretty busy weekend, my friend. You got a class you're teaching. You got a booth, 160 masks that people are just going to walk out the door with. What are you doing any of the haunt tour or anything like that this year?
So Tabby and I are going to go on the haunt tour. Here's a little inside information. So my very first the very first pro haunt that I worked at is the Haunted Hotel, but it's the Haunted Hotel San Diego. The gentlemen that started the Haunted Hotel San Diego are the same gentlemen that started the Haunted Hotel Louisville. And so I actually have some backstage secret footage from before that haunt ever existed that I would like to share with people. So we'll be out there. I don't think we're going to be on the buses. I think we will be driving ourselves on the haunt tour. But yeah, we hope to see everyone out there.
Yeah, it's really crazy how close. I mean, every haunt's like within a half hour from one another. It's really cool.
And for us, just logistically, it's easier for us to drive ourselves around. We just was setting up the booth and everything else like that. We just wanted to make sure we had that leniency.
Awesome. Well, Josh, thank you again for your 3rd year of support for Fear Expo. Thank you for being on the show tonight, and thank you for your education. Again, I can't emphasize enough how important it is for people to just get educated on these things, especially when you're putting in an investment into CFX. Yeah. It's, this is something important, and this is something that can make you a lot of money if you take care of it. And I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate everything you guys do over there.
Not a problem. And let me just start real quick. I want to make sure everyone knows that my class won't be a commercial for CFX. We're going to be covering a bunch of other stuff, not including care and maintenance of the masks. I'm going to try and cover repairing a mask if you get a tear in a mask. We're going to create some silicone blood for use on props in the mask. And if we have time, we're actually going to cast up some silicone pieces in the class, and I'll teach you guys how to mix up silicone and create some cool stuff.
And do you know when your class is?
Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Saturday at 3 o'clock. That's a good time slot right there. That's like prime time.
I'm hoping it'll be super busy. I will, like I said, I'm gonna check with Doug and everyone. We'll see how full my class is, and I'll kind of arrange it from there. I want everyone to know my classes are very interactive and fluid. I'll answer any questions you have. Again, I've been in the haunt industry for a long time, and I love to share and talk a whole lot. So hopefully you'll come see me.
Perfect.
Well, I can't wait to come see you guys again. You guys are always fun to be around. You're just really good people, and you've got really good products. And I hope everybody just takes everything you have, and it's not nailed to the ground. So,
well, thank you so much. Yeah, and I hope I have everything that everyone wants. And yeah, they all go home happy.
Heck yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's make a beeline to CFX and let's just clean them out. Take all the masks with us.
Yeah, booth 408.
There you go. Well, great. Well, that's a lot of fun. I'm glad he's coming back to teach a class again. Josh's class are always great. And then just going to the CFX booth and talking with Josh and Tabitha, you always learn a lot just spending some time talking with them. So make sure that that you get an opportunity. If you have your VIP tickets, you're going to get to network with them on Friday. We got the nighttime speed dating. We have network breakfast. There's a lot of opportunity to get to meet all of these great speakers and vendors throughout the day Friday. And then as you move on until Saturday, it's going to be a busy show floor. So make sure that you know what you want and get to your vendors very quickly. So we've had two very, very good classes already, a marketing class and care and instructions on your mask. These are two classes that I know that everyone can use. I know we can use at our haunted attraction. So I'm really excited about this. Is just the smallest part of what Leonard put together for us there at Fear Expo this year. But we got more to come. Do we got a video or anything that we need to pop in here real quick? Because I think I got yelled at last time I didn't do enough video breaks.
Get ready to experience the excitement of the haunt industry. Fear Expo Live 2023 is a must-attend event for pro haunt attraction owners, theme parks, family entertainment centers, and home haunters. With a packed lineup of exhibitors, innovative products and services, and expert-led classes, this is the place to be inspired, educated, and entertained. So don't wait. Grab your tickets today and join us for the ultimate haunt experience. At Fear Expo, you'll have the chance to see the latest and greatest products and services from over 100 vendors in the haunt industry, with everything from animatronics to costumes, makeup, and more. You'll find what you need to kickstart your new haunt attraction or take your existing business to the next level. Attending Fear Expo and HAuNTcon is easy and affordable with two options, general admission or VIP admission. You can choose the level of access that's right for you. General admission for just $25. General admission to Fear Expo and HAuNTcon includes access to both days of the National Trade Show, access to all general admission classes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as well as access to the Friday night music event, the amazing Fear Expo costume ball, and special discounts offered by vendors on the show floor. VIP admission for those looking for a more premium experience. VIP admission is the way to go for just $65. VIP admission includes all of the benefits of general admission, plus access to the Friday Fear Expo networking and celebration event. VIP access to all HAuNTcon Haunt Master classes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A VIP entrance to the award show. Daily access to the VIP lounge with snacks, drinks, and private meetings. So what are you waiting for? Get your tickets now and join industry leaders, exhibitors, and fans at the 2023 Fear Expo and HAuNTcon National Trade Show.
There we go. Well, Steve, you have a great interview coming up. This lady is amazing. I've talked to her a couple of times. I was super excited when she first reached out and she wanted to teach classes. Matter of fact, Chris and I had to talk about it together after we got the application, because she filled out 7 classes. Like, are you kidding me? We got someone who wants to teach 7 classes at a trade show. Who is this person? And so I was really excited to reach out to her, learn a little bit about her company, and very excited to have her at the show. She is bringing, some stuff to the class that I feel, or to the trade show, that I feel is really needed for us business owners. So I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to let you interview Wendy. I'm very excited she's here.
Hello.
Welcome to Fear Expo.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here.
And we are excited to have you. Something you do is, I don't want to say unique, but it might be unique to this industry. Something that I think may be extremely overlooked, but in the long run, it will save everybody's butt and a lot of headache and a lot of money.
That is true.
You pretty much set up human resources from top to bottom, stem to stern, and cover every aspect of everything that anybody would need, no matter what their company is.
Yep, we help companies get all of the policies and procedures they need in place in order to save them. That actually are our policies and procedures save companies on their insurance on the back end. Normally they get a discount on their insurance that they pay. And if they ever get into a problem, a lawsuit or things like that, it can save them significantly on that end too.
And when dealing with things that we deal with on a daily basis during a show, you're dealing with, 3,000 people a night, maybe 100 different haunt actors. You got management, you have, building codes and accidents, and you have a bunch of stuff. It's almost impossible to have your hands on all of it. Tell us how you make it easy for a haunt owner to know the ins and outs of what they need to make sure that they're covered and their attraction can stay open for the long run.
Well, we have a software program that gives customers a customized employee handbook that is customized by their state law and their federal law. And then we also provide them with all of the information they need in order to how to deal with problems. One of the classes that I'm going to be providing is a sexual harassment class. And we're going to go over how to deal with a sexual harassment problem or any kind of harassment problem. What are the first steps that you do, and what you need to do in order to make sure that that doesn't escalate and cost the company a lot of money and problems.
Now, one of the classes that you're teaching too is a hiring class. How to hire staff members legally, like not just scoop them off the street, kind of pay them under the table and tell them not to talk to anybody about it. You really want these attractions to be above board, so when Uncle Sam comes a knocking and starts looking at their paperwork, they can remain open. Like that's kind of the big thing here, is remaining open. But what are some of the discrepancies that you can see with kind of just, oh, hey, I got somebody, he can come fill in for the night and whatnot, opposed to doing it the right way?
Well, some of the things about legal hiring that a lot of people don't think about too is you want to make sure you get the best person for the job, but you also want to protect yourself for like workman comp claims or ADA claims or, Americans with Disability Act claims in case you have anybody that has a, accident at work, or if they have like a pre-existing condition. If you get all of those things squared away, then it can really save you in the long run if you have an employee that has a problem.
Now, as far as the other class that you're teaching with the HR side of things, with sexual harassment and things like that, how can that education and that knowledge protect a haunt owner in the long run?
Well, with a sexual harassment claim, we can easily help you. There's really just some very basic things that if you do at the very beginning of a sexual harassment or harassment claim that can save you in the long run immensely. When it comes to hiring, same thing. If you do some basic things at the very start of your hiring, then you can set yourself up to make sure that you don't have problems. And another area that I'm really excited to talk about that I enjoy is retention and how to hire the right people into a position so that you build a good team that works well together, and, you know, retention and onboarding. And the less turnover you have, the more money you save and the better work environment you have, which really shows to your customers. If you have people that are working together that really get along, there's not a lot of problems, then your customers can feel that when they come, and they feel more comfortable and things really gel. And that's a great way to make money.
Now, in small businesses like a haunted attraction, or maybe somebody has an escape room, HR is kind of, you know, at the bottom of the list almost. Like it's almost unfortunate. It's kind of like the last thing everybody thinks about, but it really should be the first thing everybody thinks about, especially if you tend to have employees. So what are some of the mistakes that these smaller companies make by not including someone such as yourself that has the knowledge and education to kind of avert crises before they happen?
One of the big mistakes is there's a thing in employment called at-will employment. Is that you can be terminated or you can quit for any reason or no reason. And that really prevents a company from being sued for wrongful termination and things like that. And simple things that companies can do, like during the hiring process, if they really want to sell their business, they can make promises or make it sound like it's not at-will employment anymore. And then that can really cause a problem. So things at hiring, and then things in your employee handbook, if you do anything to risk that at-will employment, then you leave yourself up for a much bigger lawsuit. So kind of just making sure you understand what the HR terms are and how to avoid the red flags. It's really a lot about understanding and making sure you have the right policies in place. And then you can sail through a lot easier than if you just kind of wing it.
That is fantastic. Now, if I recall correctly, this is going to be your first time at Fear Expo?
It is. I'm very excited. I have to say, I do a lot of conventions, but I'm kind of looking forward to your guys' a little bit more than anybody else's.
We're a little bit rowdy, so I don't want the HR flags to start flying when you see us after hours. But I'm extremely happy that you're on board, because, like Doug was saying earlier, like, this is really important. Like, we like to have fun, you know. We're basically a bunch of grown children putting masks on and scaring people. We like to have a good time. We like to party. We like to hang out with our friends. But this is extremely important. And I think there's a lot of people in the haunt industry that can benefit immensely from the knowledge that you have. And I just want to thank you for coming out and willing to teach not one, but two classes, and giving up your knowledge and to help our industry, you know, be better. That's really awesome.
Well, I am really looking forward to it. My one of my classes on Saturday at 9:00, and that's the legal hiring. And then the sexual harassment class is on Sunday at 10:00. And I really like to give everybody as much information as they can use and they need, so that they know how to avoid problems in HR.
And I know
you don't
this
even
is
have
a class.
to be a haunt owner to attend this. If maybe you're a home or a homeowner.
That is true. Definitely.
Go ahead, Doug.
Well, what I was going to say is, I know this is one class that, now that Wendy's been on here, she's had a chance to kind of talk about these classes, and they can see who's teaching it. This is a class that's going to fill up. You're going to want to make sure you take some time take both of these classes. I know that I'm going to do my best to make sure I'm at both of them, because it's going to benefit your haunt. And at the end of the day, that's what this is about. I might even let the cat out of the bag. Wendy is going to be joining us also on Friday on the stage as one of our keynote speakers too. So
I'm looking forward to it.
So Wendy will be there. All of you who's got VIP tickets will get to hear Wendy come out, and she's going to talk about the theme of the day is how you as a company, whether you're a vendor, whether you're a haunted attraction owner, any type of attraction owner, how you can make more money, or in her case, maybe save some money. So very excited to have Wendy not only teach 2 classes, but she's one of our keynote speakers and the first one we've announced so far.
Well, thank you guys very much for having me. I look forward to meeting you all in person.
Everyone except for Steve. Thanks, Wendy.
Seriously, though, as much as I like to party and carry on and have my fun, that's really important. Like all these classes that we're offering between makeup and costuming and masks and everything else, this is like top-notch stuff right here, because you can't start you could start a business without doing this, but you'd be foolish to not have something like this incorporated in here, especially nowadays. Like you really, everybody's got cell phone cameras and all this stuff. Like you really got to protect yourself, and this is a great way to start that.
Totally agree. Well, I think we have another video before we bring Rob out here. So hopefully maybe magically after this video plays, Rob will be here and I'll be gone.
Rob, what's going on, my friend?
That is awesome. I love that. I'm so inspired by all you guys, all the haunters. Such cool stuff.
Yeah, that haunt tour is crazy. Waverly Hill Sanatorium alone, like that's insane. So, but we're here to talk about you, my friend, with Resurrect Costuming.
Yeah, so I have a class and a booth, but here to talk about the class. It is, let's see, proper care of haunt costumes. I like to call it the scare and feeding of haunt costumes, because just as you guys have talked about the litigiousness, taking care of these costumes not only is a good investment, but it also helps keep down some of those claims potentially from your performers getting injured or getting sick. I always joke that actors will take like a bruise or a hit as a badge of courage, but nobody's going to take a case of lice as a badge of haunt courage. Like I don't think I've seen that on the little haunt badges. So one of the things I discovered whenever I entered this side of the industry was that care of these costumes is not on top of people's minds. It's kind of funny whenever you mentioned, oh yeah, we kind of think of HR last. It's like, no, you think of costuming last. Almost every time.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I couldn't tell you. I've been to haunts all across this country, and I couldn't tell you how many times at the end of the night it's, well, just take it home and bring it back tomorrow, or just throw them all right there and we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
I have seen a handful of attractions take really, really good care of their costumes, and you can tell, and it shows in the performance, it shows in the show. The actors take pride in what they're doing when they're, say wearing a Resurrect costume and a CFS mask. And
well, if you're taking care of the tools, you're taking care of your actors. They know that, and they also know that when you don't, and they can certainly take advantage of that if tides turn. But yeah, I too discovered it's like, oh yeah, no, we need to care for these things. So I thought, well, this is certainly something I can talk about coming from the theme park industry. I worked costuming for Halloween Horror Nights, as well as for decades with Walt Disney costuming. So, I try to give the reasonable tools and tricks on how to take care of these things. I mean, I realize most haunts probably aren't going to have the kind of staffing that theme parks do, but I try to approach it kind of a common sense strategy, so you have something in place, so you have procedures in place to take care of these things. And my distressing classes, which I typically teach, wind up turning into laundry classes invariably. So I thought, well, let's just cut to the chase. Let's talk about how we set these things up, how we care for them, a little bit of inventory, a little bit of cataloging, and then answering questions. Like I was so happy. It's like, yes, talk about how you take care of silicone masks. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm over in the little waiting room being like super excited about these things.
Well, one of the things that caught my attention was years ago I was at an attraction, and they had a full-blown check-in and check-out process for their costuming, and they took very, very, very good care of them. And I remember asking the owner, I was like, well, where did all this come from? And he told me a little bit goes a long way. So what are some little things? I know in your class you're going to get really in-depth into some stuff, but what are some of the little things, say like a home haunter or a smaller haunt can do that, like you said, may not have the staff or the space to kind of, keep their investments intact?
I think the biggest thing is being organized from the beginning. If you have just your rack of costumes, and you have, I have a cloudy hand. Okay, I won't gesture. And you have like the list of here are all the things that go with this costume, and all those things are right here, and this is where they go. So just having that organization from the beginning, so the performer, your friend, your actor can walk in and go, cool, here's all my stuff, as opposed to having to bother anybody or because of course the night of the haunt, everybody's running around crazy, and you're kind of left to kind of, I guess I'll kind of figure it out. So do your best to figure it out in advance, have it organized, have it ready to go, and have it clean. Well,
but some of your tactics for taking care of your costumes and being organized and all this stuff can possibly transcend costuming as well. I mean, you could translate this into props, into masks. I mean, pretty much anything that is signed to a character or an individual.
Sure. That check-in process, check-in, check-out, and I hate to say it, but we're kind of coming off the tail end of a big scary pandemic thing, so we should probably take some lessons away from it. I don't think it's anything to oppress us, but it's like, okay, well, we can learn how to take care. Yeah, I seem to always get some sort of haunt ick, after Halloween. It's a combination of the people, the stuff, wearing ourselves down, using so much energy. So, a little extra cleanliness, can maybe help stop some of that.
A little bit goes a long way.
For sure. And again, it does show your performers that you care, you take it seriously. You took the time to organize the scare. You designed the scare, you designed the room, you designed the house, you designed the story. So, don't let the costuming be an afterthought. Build the character, build the character from the scare out, and then take care of it. Because, do you need this garment, this costume to last a night? Does it need to last a season and you toss it? Or is it an investment? Is it, an icon that you are putting out in front of marketing, and it's an important thing? Oh, God.
Now, not only are you teaching, no, this is important. This is important. Not only are you teaching a very incredible and a very important class, you are bringing a booth. Tell us what our attendees can expect when they come and see your booth at Resurrect.
Okay. So I got, excuse me, I got a little wiped out at Transworld. So I'm in the process of rebuilding some samples. I do have some really awesome retail goth stuff, so build characters off of. I don't know if you can scroll down. There's or maybe not. Okay. Maybe. Formerly Dead.
I know he's awesome. There. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Is Doug doing that? Or are you doing that? I don't know. But then
I think Chris is doing it.
Okay. I tell people I can make costumes or I can make a website. The costumes tend to go down further. Scroll down further. Okay. Well, there's a Krampus. I might bring the Krampus. It's a lovely mask from Drop Dead Design Studios. Some friends that I partner with. Yeah, no, scroll down. No, that's just a werewolf shirt. That's nothing interesting.
You gotta scroll down.
There, click on the dress. Click on the black dress. There, lovely goth stuff. I will have those goodies with me, which are very, very popular to build characters off of. I try to have some basic things that people can create characters off of, and then I do an awful lot of special orders. So, and I'm seeing lots of people over there in the chat that I've made some things for. So I think that's cool.
So, personal question now.
Okay.
I know you've had a very long and illustrious career with all these top attractions throughout the country, and it's, I mean, your work obviously shows for itself. So I'm going to ask you, what was the most favorite costume you designed for a character? Now, it doesn't have to be a scary one. It could be anyone. I'm just curious of what was the most fun and exciting one for you.
Okay, it was a Cinderella dress. That it was basically recreate the dress from the movie, but add a 20-foot train. And you've got 2 weeks to do it over Thanksgiving to Christmas for a national television commercial.
Nice.
My team did that in 2 weeks, and it cost $17,000 for that dress.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah, if you go over to my personal portfolio, robdobrien.com, you can click on the commercial and you can see the millisecond that $17,000 dress. Trish, not only do I have things for plus people, I make things for plus people. Some of my coats go up to a 6X. So yeah, I do real people sizes.
So are you still accepting orders?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Fantastic.
I will probably be wrapping up my previous orders probably shortly right after Fear Expo, and then work into the summer.
So you're ready to work. So nobody should be afraid of nothing.
Absolutely.
You're ready to go.
I got my peeps lined up, and
so do you know when your class is?
It is Saturday at 1. So don't come to my booth at that point. Don't, because I won't be there. Come to my class. And here's the thing. I know it's not a sexy class. I know it's not, cool, get your hands gory, but I'll keep it entertaining and I'll give you some good information.
But it's important. It's protecting an investment because,
Correct.
A lot of these things aren't cheap. And
Correct.
you know,
And they're not getting cheaper.
Right. And the more miles we can get out of them, the better it is for everybody.
And I might share some fun little horror stories from the theme parks.
Nice. Do you happen to know where your booth is at?
My booth is 112.
112.
Yep.
Awesome. So
Yep.
we got to make sure everybody's got to get in there, fill up your class Saturday at 1, right?
Yep. Saturday at 1.
Sorry, there's 51 speakers, and it's really hard for me to keep track of all of them.
I had to make sure I had it up on my other computer screen. So, yep, there I am. Hey, if you look at the booth next to mine, it has the same description as mine. They might not want that. So that might be a little thing for little back behind the scenes stuff. But anyhow.
We'll have to fix that. There's a lot of things. We're running real fast at trying to get a lot of things done. So
yeah, I get the panic sweats every time you say 2 weeks. I'm like,
yeah, it's 2 weeks for us too. So
yeah, yep, 2 weeks. Got it. On it.
It's coming.
Well, Rob, thank you so much for everything you do for this industry. Thank you for teaching a very, very important class for us. And
Definitely.
thank you for bringing your company out here to Fear Expo to show all the great things that you have to offer. I'm really excited to have you out here, and I hope to have you out here for years and years to come. So
thanks. Totally looking forward to it.
Thank you so much, Rob.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming on tonight, Rob. All right. Well, we are all done for the night, right? Wait, what was that?
We have an announcement.
Oh, we do? What's the
We do.
announcement?
Nathan Allred just bought the last 2 tickets to the Ultimate Haunt Tour, leaving 0 bus tickets left.
Okay, now those are bus tickets. If you still want to go on the Ultimate Haunt Tour, you can do the drive option. You need to go into the same place, go to ultimatehaunttour.com, choose the drive option, and get your tickets for the Haunt Tour. Don't show up without tickets, because only people with the tickets and the bands are going to be able to be part of the Haunt Tour. So we've already had people call the haunts and say, hey, can I show up? And they're saying, nope, you have to be part of this. This is a private event. So make sure that you go to the Ultimate Haunt Tour, you sign up for the drive ticket. And the reason why is because we give money back for every ticket to every single haunt. So we want to make sure that the haunts get paid for everyone who comes through.
And don't freak out about the drive option, guys. These haunts are literally within a half hour from one another. Like, from one haunt to another, you're never that far away. I think from Waverly to the furthest haunt is like an hour.
Yeah.
And and all the rest of them are in between. So, don't freak out like, oh, I gotta drive all over the place. They're really super close to one another.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you're not on the bus doesn't mean you can't have fun.
The drive tickets are the same price. Basically, you still get to do the food. You get to go to all the different haunts. The way that we have this done is we have sponsors pay for the bus. So really, there is no difference in price. $199, 6 haunts. I've seen other tours where they, it's $190 for 2 haunts or 1 haunt even before. So 6 haunts for $199. That includes food while you're there. You're going to get a haunt shirt. We didn't even talk about that. We got a lot of little extra bonuses. So it is the exact same price for the drive option or for us to give you a ride.
I mean, most haunts these days are charging $30, $35, on a weekend to go, let alone a private tour.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think that's everyone, right?
I don't know.
No.
Is that everyone?
I think this is going to be your favorite interview of the night. I know this is going to be the one guy who's going to come with extreme amount of energy. I was actually on his show last Sunday, and he treated me terrible, Steve. So you got to get back at him, all right?
Oh, hold up. Let me get situated. Oh my God, I'm not ready.
Oh, we tried to catch you drinking.
Willie,
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. How you doing, Willie?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you guys. Thank you so much for having me on the
oh,
show.
it's good to see
I
you.
really do appreciate it. I've seen all the changes that the evolution of Fear Expo, and I'm happy to hear all the good things. Like I was just in the backstage studio, like cheering and like screaming, saying, "Preach, Rob, preach!" And hey, Josh. So I'm just excited for the show this year. I am. So thanks for having me.
You've been here since the beginning.
Yes, since the very
beginning.
very beginning. Long nights, nights, Atlanta.
Wait. Hold on. Turn your head a little to the what?
I'm so sorry.
How do you get a haunt?
I got the volume so y'all can hear me. Okay, so I was saying
Wait.
that. Okay.
Oh, look at that. He's got his Fear Expo hat.
Hey, so let me tell you this. Some people came over my house and stole my Fear Expo gear, so I need new Fear Expo gear. Straight up.
We got you.
They didn't see the haunt hat, but I need to get my new Fear Expo gear.
Hold on. I got it for you right here. Well, oops.
Hey, thank you. It's good to see Jesus in the house. Jesus is in the house. Oh, we got Chris. Chris doesn't want to show his face. Why?
He's flashing us.
Okay, just go ahead and flash it.
Well, I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to let you and Steve, talk about your class. You're teaching a class this year.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Well, hold on. Let me clarify something.
Yeah.
You are teaching a class. You have a booth. You're interviewing people.
Yes.
Wait, I'm not going to see you, dude. What am I going to do?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what we could do. Get drunk on the short bus? I don't know.
All right, there you go.
I'm excited. So we'll see.
Perfect. Okay. Well, Steve, Will, I'll see you guys on in a little bit.
All right.
Willie,
What's the Steve? Oh my gosh, bro! Like, let's keep it on. Let's keep it real. The last time I saw you, you were lit. Like at the hotels after Expo, I was like, "Yo!"
yeah, like
I mean,
morning. Yeah.
you turned up. I was like, you know what? I should be with him, but I'm too damn tired, and I got a long
I'm
drive.
a bunch of parties this year too, so
Yeah.
of course you're invited. Because
I
last
better
year,
be.
you and I spent the majority of Fear Expo just working,
Yes.
trying to make everything happen. That was crazy.
And I knew you were very talented in your field and in your lane, but like, let me tell you this: like, you have a way with communication where it's so authentic and effective. I was like walking with you and the president of Jelly Ball. You were like talking. I was like, this dude is on his game. Okay, I see you. Good job, Steve. I got it. Look.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
No cap goals. Yeah, it was good. So yeah, hopefully I could be
We're
on your.
not here to talk about me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're talking about you and the classes that you're teaching. Well, you have a class or classes? Okay, I don't remember. I don't have all my notes in front of me.
A class because I can't do it all. But
class.
It's A class.
So, well, I mean, I'm sure Doug's got you working too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, go ahead.
What? So tell us about your class. It's not just marketing, right? It's not just, hey, this is how you get your name out here. It's literally influencing in every sense of the word. It's just it's saturating with content that people want to see and people want to tune into and people want to hear about and people want to be a part of. So tell us how you, without giving away too many details in your class, tell us how you kind of get there.
Okay, so with influencer marketing as a game changer for your haunt is a 45-minute class now. Thanks, Leonard Pickle, but I thought it was an hour. I needed that extra those extra minutes, but it's a 45-minute class that clearly goes step by step by step. through a process of how you can obtain your influencer, what to look for in an influencer, campaign, putting it into your Haunt campaign, because two will be completely different. And you want them to have a different call of action. You want them to have results. So going through those steps, and then also just making sure that your influencer has a clear understanding of what their job is and their deadlines. So there's a lot, but every step that we have, I think there's 10 steps in my lesson plan that I gotta like shrink for the Fear Expo. So everyone that's attending the show is going to get a worksheet. They're going to get quizzes to take home and do themselves at home. I mean, I don't have the time to watch you take a quiz and fail or pass, but I just want to say this: you get a quiz, you get your PDF worksheets, and then you're also going to get a step-by-step lesson plan that is your steps to obtain influencers, build campaigns, and get results for your haunt.
Now, what kind of benefits are haunts looking at for putting in this time and effort to getting someone or maybe a company or a campaign or something on board to their attraction? What are some of the benefits to that?
Well, the benefits is high ticket sales when you get an influencer to help market your show. Well, first of all, let me just say this. Influencers have changed over the time, just like social media has. Having an influencer on social media platform and allowing them to have a voice and allowing them to have a network. We all have networks, right? You have a network at work. You have a network on your Facebook. You have a network on your Twitter account. But do you have a voice to speak to them and then they respond? And those are the influencers that you want to captivate and bring onto your brand or your haunt and have them say something specific. I love influencers because when you're searching for your influencer, what I will say this, let me back up. The best advertising I've seen for live events have been with influencers. Okay? Tickets sell quicker. They will be in attendance, and if their followers want to see them there, they're going to be there. Okay? And so Haunt is a live event. And if you want if you want to be, you want to create, if you want to, I'm sorry, I'm half dead, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I've been up for 2 days and working on my outline. But I want to say this: if you have been, if you want to sell tickets and you want to have a different brand or a different leg up in your campaigns when you're doing your haunt season, get an influencer that actually has great responses in your market. And that's what I'm going to teach on Saturday. Did I answer your question? I have a listening problem now. Sinuses been going on.
I don't even know what I asked anymore.
I'm so
captivated by what you're saying.
I'm so sorry. Like, I literally turned left because in my mind I felt like I had to say this to people because people have to understand, like, an influencer. I hated influencers in the beginning, but then when you really work and you really establish a strong strategy, you can have some good results. Now, my first results to back up was 2012. Again, I was the creative producer of Blumhouse, and we took an original story and we made it work. Well, I wasn't over marketing; I was over producing the event. So Blum brings his friends in, and we're like, okay, and they're celebrities just pulling up, coming into the door, and one of my staff was like, "Hey, I recognize that person." So what we did is we literally set up a plan of attack. When a star comes to the event, we stop the pictures. You know, our elite monsters or our roamers, some people call it. And John Murdy from Universal Studios came over to our event and saw it. Now, other than Universal Studios brings in the most celebrities to their events. Okay. But at that time of their events, prior to, I mean, you know, they'll have them there, but they weren't featured as a red carpet event. We kind of did that, and John Murdy saw that and then took it to the next level of Universal Hollywood. And when I saw that, it just opened the ceiling for marketing a haunt, because now we're going outside the norm, right? And we got to be more creative and more savvy to make that work. I don't know if I'm put up some time, but
No, you're good. Keep
let me
going,
move
man.
this video. I'm so sorry.
The more you talk, the less I have to.
Okay, why are you making up these questions on the spot? You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, Jesus.
Yeah, I got some notes.
Good. Okay. I'll just say this, and then I'll bring you the floor. A few of the steps that you guys want to be going through are what is influence marketing. So we're going to explain briefly, since I have no time, what's the difference between that marketing strategy than the others. Okay, so we're not talking about media buying, radio ads buying. We're talking about using a real person to speak about your brand. And there's fun ways to do that. There are so many creative people out in the haunt industry. You can use them for your commercial. You can shoot 2 commercials, one for your haunt commercial, and then you bring in your influencers to shoot that, and you send it out on the day of, or that day or that week of your haunt. I mean, there's so many ways that you can use influencers to help monetize your game, your ticket sales. Another thing we're going to talk about is your resources, using your resources wisely. We're going to identify all the influence agencies. There are agencies out there, you guys, that have like hundreds of thousands of influencers in different categories where they can break down and say, hey, look, this person is over sports. This person's over news, makeup tutorials, you name it. And they will, and then they have their value. They have their follows, their reach, their market reach. And you could take that from an agency and you use their numbers wisely to bring an offer or a negotiation of a contract. Let me see here. I'm gonna skip down. Sorry. Another one is
the whole class. The
okay.
10-year class.
I want y'all to sign up. Sign up because you're gonna learn something. Listen. I think haunt could be, and there's some haunted events that I've gone to, and it's like, oh, they're so outdated, and I'm like, I wish. And it could be the smallest thing that's holding your ticket sales from leaping to the next, level that you want it to be. And if you it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And if you can learn something that's different, like influencer marketing, you can bring in a lot of people into your show, and then they have their phones. They're going to be repeating what their influencer did. And so that's more trending. There's more stuff putting out on the World Wide Web for you for free. And Miller's Thrillers, they trended back in 2021, I believe, hugely over TikTok. But again, how can we leverage these influencers? How can we get them into your doors? And how can we set up the best campaigns? You heard?
So obviously a class for anybody, right? Newcomers to the game, veterans, all kind of stuff. Yeah.
So just to let you know, Stephen. So typically this class is for the PR, communications, marketing managers, brand managers, influencers, professionals, and digital industries. But if you are at your haunt working on anything that's content creation, graphics, or social media, haunt owners, bring them to this class. It is needed because what they're going to get is so much value, and it's going to expand their knowledge and like little tips and tricks to make your haunt, go up a couple of thousand in likes or follows or reach. These social platforms are all doing something specific, and if you understand what these platforms are doing, you're going to utilize them the best. So,
all right, we wanted Will to come on here and talk about his class, not teach the class.
That's what I'm
sorry. It's a lie. I told you it's a whole day that I'm going to put in 45 minutes. Leonard, you didn't do me good.
When is your class?
Saturday
class,
Saturday, March 25th at 11 a.m. And I may be late. I'm just letting everybody know because I'm not a morning person. So I'll be there on time. But I do want to say this. Can I say this one part? I'm sorry, you guys, but listen up. We have haunt reviewers out there. They are influencers. Let's talk about that. We're going to do a small segment about that, of building a strong relationship with these haunt reviewers and let them get your haunt out there before you open up your haunt. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Will.
Oh, he's gone. Do not give Chris the button.
Ow. Drop the mic.
All right, we do got to wrap it up. We try and keep as close to an hour as possible. Chris has something here that
Will's
he's
a
showing
character.
us.
I want to make
What is
sure.
this?
I want to make sure that people can get alternate hotels. That the host hotels are sold out 100%. So go here if you still need a hotel. There are still good rates going on, but there's very few of them.
Okay.
Don't forget,
Perfect.
Haunt Tour is sold out for the buses. You can still drive it. You still get the same quality of haunts, the same show. There's 51 hours of class time. There's 115 vendors on the floor. There's a Friday night party with 500 Miles to Memphis and Blind Perception. There's the Monsters Ball on Saturday night with the costume contest. Friday night, there is the super secret unofficial after party. 100 tickets will be available for that, and the only way you can get that is either by seeing me or going to the Monsters Live booth, because that is sponsored by Monsters Live. Want to give it up to the Halloween Shirt Company, VFX, for sponsoring a lot of this stuff that's going on here. I don't know if I'm missing anything. Get online, go sign up for those classes, go register, get your VIP tickets, get your general admission tickets, book your hotels. We're 2 weeks away, folks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Well, as easy as I sign off, I'm going to play the last couple videos, sponsors and affiliates, and then we will close it up. So,
all right,
where can we see everyone at? Where can we buy tickets, and where are we going?
Fear Expo Live. Go to fearexpolive.com. We're going to see you in Owensboro, Kentucky. Next Thursday, we have a special announcement that's going to be on here. Make sure you tune in next Thursday, and we might even give away something. So next Tuesday,
Yeah, we didn't give
it's
anything
going to
away tonight. I'm a little
I know.
I'm sad about that.
I am too. I totally forgot until just now. So we're going to have to make it extra special. Next Thursday is the last show before the show.
Yeah, we'll make it a good one.
Yeah.
No, we'll do
will.
one. We'll do one on Thursday night. It'll be a small show, but Thursday the 23rd.
I'm going to be partying with the vendors and the buyers who showed up, who didn't go on the haunt tour, because I don't get to go on the haunt tour. So all of you who didn't go on the haunt tour, find me. I know where Steve is stashing all the beer for his after party. So we're breaking to that a little bit.
I need them for Friday night.
There you go. All right.
All right.
Go?
Let's close it.
If you're on the
Thanks,
haunt
Steve.
tour, you got to deal with me. So I hope you're ready for that.
All right. I'm going to
Thank
play
you,
some
Steve.
videos, and then we're
Thanks,
out.
Chris.
All right.
See you guys later. Bye, everyone. Bye, Will.
Get ready to experience the excitement of the haunt industry. Fear Expo Live 2023 is a must-attend event for pro haunt attraction owners, theme parks, family entertainment centers, and home haunters. With a packed lineup of exhibitors, innovative products and services, and expert-led classes, this is the place to be inspired, educated, and entertained. So don't wait. Grab your tickets today and join us for the ultimate haunt experience. At Fear Expo, you'll have the chance to see the latest and greatest products and services from over 100 vendors in the haunt industry, with everything from animatronics to costumes, makeup, and more. You'll find what you need to kickstart your new haunt attraction or take your existing business to the next level. Attending Fear Expo and HAuNTcon is easy and affordable with two options, general admission or VIP admission. You can choose the level of access that's right right for you. General admission. For just $25, general admission to Fear Expo and HAuNTcon includes access to both days of the National Trade Show, access to all general admission classes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as well as access to the Friday night music event, the amazing Fear Expo costume ball, and special discounts offered by vendors on the show floor. VIP admission. For those looking for a more premium experience, VIP admission is the way to go. For just $65, VIP admission includes all of the benefits of general admission, plus access to the Friday Fear Expo networking and celebration event, VIP access to all HauNTcon Haunt Master classes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, a VIP entrance to the award show, daily access to the VIP lounge with snacks, drinks, and private meetings. So what are you waiting for? Get your tickets now and join industry leaders, exhibitors, and fans at the 2023 Fear Expo and HauNTcon National Trade Show.
And we're back.
We are back, aren't we?
All
right, well,
after show.
We are down to just a few people watching. I want to thank everyone, for all of the great guests that we had. Next week is going to be extra special. It's our last show before we hit the road to Fear Expo, but we're going to keep this going. Even beyond Fear Expo, we have a lot to celebrate for the industry, a lot to give back, and we're excited to be part of this industry. So can't wait to see you guys all next Thursday. I will talk to you again soon. Chris, great show, great videos. Love everything we're doing.
All right, we got 2 more sponsors, and then we are killing that feed. You ready?
All right, take care. I'll see you later.
All right, bye.
In the entertainment world of haunted attractions and theme parks, VFXcreates is a leader in Q entertainment, promotional tools, startle and scare props, animated characters, and more. Amazing VFX products are literally all over the world, scaring, entertaining, and promoting attractions. These versatile creations receive so much attention when used. They went from being just scare products to being utilized as extremely successful marketing and promotional tools. This is why the return on investment with VFX products is so high when these dynamic tools are used to their fullest potential. The Attack Line. The Attack Line is an ever-growing line of life-size puppets that look as if they've jumped on you and refuse to let go. These realistic puppets are designed to be highly detailed, extremely durable, lightweight, as comfortable as possible to wear, and easy to operate. A fake fist has been added to create the effective illusion of seeing an entire person, which makes onlookers wonder how the zombie is moving. Is it real?
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary.
Top 5 dead alive, only came to terrify. Every topic scary.